confirm that a quorum is present, I'd entertain a motion to open the meeting.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor? All right. Roll call of voting members. I'll start with me today. Damon Jesperson is here. Go ahead, Josephine.
Josephine Antico.
Chuck Bailey present.
Susan Berlin present.
John Ferrara.
Jerry Mailey.
And introduction of others. We have our illustrious leader, Cynthia, head of the COA.
Wilma.
Wilma
Stepped out, but yeah, she
stepped out and will be
Wilma.
joining.
Okay, she's an illustrious leader too.
All right.
Sure. Wilma can go.
Everyone can be illustrious today.
I don't know.
And then we have the meeting minutes and entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve as read. Second.
All those in favor? Aye. So I have been away for much of the last month, and so I have not been able to attend a lot of the events. I have stopped by on occasion to check in, remove food that was going to be thrown away, and have some conversations with Cindy, and sign documents. And that's about it. On my end, the ad hoc committee report took me a little longer due to my travel and my computer broke. And so I was hoping to have that for you guys today, but we are going to review it in the meeting, the ad hoc committee meeting after this. I'll do any edits that come out of that meeting, and then it will get forwarded to you guys, and we will discuss it at our next meeting. And so those are the big things from me. I believe the next thing is to go to the dog policy.
So I believe I had sent everyone the policy, the animal policy that we have. I had an issue with someone coming with a service dog in training, so I reached out to town council to find out about that. So basically, what she had said was that she wouldn't change what we had. And maybe you can, did I forward you her email?
I was in,
Town council.
we read it together in the office.
Okay. So she's pointing out things that I already knew. Both state and federal law are silent as to what constitutes being trained. I can't ask, so I'm permitted to ask two questions only. Is the dog a service animal that's required because of a disability? And what work or task has the dog been trained to perform? I cannot ask the person's disability, required medical documentation, require a special identification card or training document. You can't ask for any of that. But she's also basically saying that if a service animal is out of control, quote unquote, that we can ask that animal to leave. But my definition of out of control might be different than a participant who's here, who might be. So this particular issue that we had, the dog had barked on like 3 different occasions. I would not consider that being out of control. But I think it was frightening enough to
Frightening and
a participant. So I just wanted to make sure that I was within my utmost responsibility here is obviously to the town, but to the people that come here. And we welcome service dogs here, but I just wanted to make sure that should I feel, I don't want to just say uncomfortable, but if I feel that there's a problem, that I can, I'm within my right to say to that person, I need you to remove the animal. Even if it's a service dog.
Yeah,
It's disturbing somebody else.
yes.
So we are going to keep this policy that we have in place, that you guys will need to vote on that. So it basically says, other dogs are allowed, but any kind of aggressive behavior, they're not allowed on furniture. If they pee or poop in the, stuff like that, I can ask them to leave. Obviously it talks about the service dog piece, that, I'm saying other dogs are not permitted during meal events. So if we have like our holiday luncheon or our Thanksgiving, whatever. A service animal is allowed at those events, but if you just want to bring your dog in, you're not.
Freya
allowed to.
can't come.
She can't come to the holiday place, I'm sorry.
No, Gretchen can come.
No, she can't.
I'll break the news, it's fine.
I thought
She's
service dogs were passive and quiet. There's this one that comes to all the meals.
And you never know who's here.
Oh, yeah, he's wonderful.
wonderful. Here.
Right,
So why, what type of service dog is this? 'Cause
so I'm not allowed to, I can ask what the dog is
Trained.
trained to do, and I haven't outright asked that. All this person told me was, there's a PTSD issue. I don't know what the service that the dog is, I don't know if there's something specific, you know, like some
Seizure response.
certain, yeah, right, they can anticipate
Some kind of-
seizure, but there's also for anxiety
Diabetes.
attacks and things like
Yeah,
that,
lots
so.
of different.
But I've also come up with this animal policy agreement where people are saying, I've read this, I understand it, and they sign it. I'm not asking them to provide me documentation for anything. I can't ask for that. But it's basically saying you understand that if your dog is out of control, I'm going to ask you to take
We're,
it.
we're allowed to throw unruly people up. Why can't we throw unruly dogs up?
Right.
We hired you to do the job
Yeah.
and use your discretion, and that's what we want that done.
I was just concerned that should I use my discretion, it would come back.
Someone would
as a
sue the
fine.
town.
Right, and I wanted to make sure that
Yep.
I could do what was right for the people that are here.
So the only question I have is, do we want to, at a later point, add out of control a definition for that that's more explicit, that makes you feel more comfortable, or do you feel you have everything you need?
I think because Lisa said that she felt comfortable with what we had,
Yeah.
that I'm comfortable with what we had.
Okay. Well, then I would entertain a motion to approve the dog policy.
Can I just make one comment? I noticed on the two things, those two documents, Council on Aging dog/animal policy.
That's the policy.
Okay, and then there's the.
Then that's the agreement that I'm asking people to read and sign.
Right, the only thing I noticed is that that agreement is called animal policy agreement, it's just the language is different. It's
Okay,
not
so I will,
slash.
I will mirror that then.
Okay, and throughout it, it says dogs, animals, but in the policy itself, it just says dogs. So there's just a,
All right, so I will make sure everything, policy and agreement say dog/animal. Because you never know, someone's service animal might not be a dog.
Yeah.
right, and then there's one other thing in the policy, under the, Roman numeral 3, it has all the different, things that
Yep.
happen. Lunging is in the policy, but is in the policy agreement, but not in the policy.
Okay, so I'll add lunging there.
So I don't-
I'll make sure it's mirrored. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just have a comment. I'm afraid of all dogs. I'm here with a Chihuahua.
Or breaking.
Yeah.
And there are people who are.
Yeah.
And
We
I-
have a friend, we put our dog on the porch, yeah.
I'm afraid of dogs, so there's a great deal of them in there.
Yeah.
The barking might scare me if I were there, depending on how loud the barking was.
Well, the
and how
barking-
close the dog was to me.
And the person who was startled by the barking has a big dog herself. So it's not even like she's, right.
She's not a great dog then.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I feel that my first priority is to the participants that are here. And I understand that people who have service dogs are participants, but there also has to be an understanding that everyone is comfortable. I don't want to lose participants because
No.
one person's coming with a service dog and, you know,
And
there's
if
some
someone
behavior.
feels uneasy, yeah.
Yeah. We don't want to lose you as a participant because you're uneasy around dogs. We
Right.
don't want to lose them because
Yeah.
they need their dog to be safe.
Do they have to prove, give paperwork that it's a, you
We're
have
not
to
allowed
take their word?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're not allowed to ask
Legally,
them.
we cannot
But
ask.
service dogs are not licensed, but trained and there's paperwork.
So you don't have to have, in the ADA policy, you do not have to have the dog professionally trained to be a service dog.
Wow.
That's a.
Jack does have a lot of training.
Yeah.
Professional training.
Yeah.
But not everyone who's,
Service
has a
dogs are
service
very
dog.
expensive too. I know
Yeah.
someone who has one for their dog. Thousands and thousands of dollars, but
And I
she's got
know-
paperwork.
Yeah, I know someone who has a parrot because it is able to sense an oncoming epileptic fit.
Yeah, and if it
So
works, it
it's-
works.
Yeah, it's, you know, not that parrots are particularly disruptive, but they can scare people too. It's one of those things where there's more that we don't know, but we just have to try and find that center line.
I was in a classroom where the teacher had a parrot that flew and hated women. And I said, "Okay." And they did it by the, like kids' voices, but it was his own voice. So, yeah,
We don't take the parrot to the council on aging.
you never know.
but if someone wanted to come here and that was their
Is it a
service
That's what they
animal,
don't know, they would.
Yeah, that person who had the epileptic fits, that parrot came with them everywhere. It was on their shoulder so that, because it would make certain noises when we're having a fit about to come on, so they could take
Yeah.
their medicine ahead of the fit. And it.
or at the very least be able to sit down, get
Yeah.
They'll get the
safe
yard, they'll get
position,
the,
yeah.
They couldn't fly with that parrot,
I have no idea about that.
especially Goose.
Yeah, wouldn't want it on a plane.
Do we need a motion to amend?
I think we need a motion to include the amendments and approve.
How about a motion to approve as amended?
Yes. Do we have a second?
second.
All right. All those in favor? Aye.
Thank you, Cindy, for
Thank
all that
you.
work.
All right. The Friends of the COA Liaison.
La 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 la. Okay. Yes, I am now, when we were in Georgia, yes, I found out I was the liaison to the Friends, FNCOA. Anyway, I know almost everyone does, so it's easy. I went to their annual meeting, and all the information I'm gonna give you isn't gonna be a lot, but it's through May of, I did it again, 2025. All right, they have 11 members on their board, and everyone has like a different responsibility. They have a website with bylaws on it, phone, email, Facebook page. But this is the important part. They said they raised $14,202.12. They only spent $2,733.14. And last year they gave a donation to the COA of $22,639. So a lot of the times the taxpayers do fund us, but there's also this wonderful volunteer participation, and you know where it goes. Their goal is to turn a profit. How are they going to do it? They have a calendar raffle, membership drive, bank grants, interest, and general donations. Next year's goal, this is admirable, to surpass last year's. They want to make $15,000. And what they're really excited about, they have a holiday boutique coming up. I think it's going to be in the library.
It is.
Yeah, they need people, what they did ask me to do is they need people who would help, not necessarily could be an ad hoc member, with specific backgrounds such as legal, accounting or tax preparation, and IT. And the main thing is they want to be visible to the community because they want to appeal to younger seniors. You're not there yet, but someday.
If I'm so lucky.
And that was about it. It was they're wonderful people. They really are. And it's awesome to see such incredible And they all have a lot of different skills than that group, which is really
We
good.
have a lovely new member to that group, Susan. Maria. Yeah, she's been a great addition.
Oh, yeah, she was there, yeah.
So
Yeah,
thanks
she's
for
very, very excited.
reaching
about
out to
it.
her. This was awesome, so they're excited to have her.
Yeah, and she's really.
She has a lot of experience.
A lot of fundraising experience.
It's amazing, they have
So, yeah.
so many different, they have all a lot of different talented people, it's amazing.
So it's a very active group now, whereas before. it was-
Very active, very positive.
Yeah.
And so they're looking specifically for legal advice and accounting?
Accounting, tax preparation, and IT.
Yeah, I think that's to help with their website. Instead of every time they need to make a change to the website, they have to go through the company that they use to charge for that. They're trying to find someone who's comfortable updating the website.
They have their bylaws on it, they have any
And
information.
they went through to update those bylaws, so they've done a lot of work.
They've
been-
done a lot of work, and each one, 11 members, I said, wow. But each one reported on certain something, they were amazing.
And how, if someone had suggestions, how would that person reach out to the Friends?
They have a website, they have an email, and they have,
They do have a phone number.
A
that
phone
goes
number,
to a-
they have it all.
It's not, no one's gonna answer that, it's really to a voicemail.
yeah.
So you can call 24 hours, like,
Right.
if something strikes you at 2 AM, call that number.
Yeah,
And it will go to a voicemail, someone is checking that weekly, but like you said.
And they
also
would
have
encourage
numbers, Yeah.
Where are they?
where are they?
Yeah, where's the group they're talking about?
This is the Friends of the Council on Aging.
Oh,
We've already had the FinCo, I don't know how you pronounce it, they do it. But it's the Friends of the Council, where they have they had that meeting at the library.
That's
Where
what they
did they
do.
have their,
That's what they do.
they were all at the library?
They used
Okay.
to come here, but now they changed the day and time of the meeting, so it's, I think, a Wednesday morning, once a month. Their meetings are advertised on their website. I believe they're meeting in July, but I don't know as though they're meeting in August.
Yeah, I did hear a July meeting maybe, but I didn't get a date.
So, if you're interested, certainly go to a meeting.
Yeah, they took it from the audience. and-
But ideas are,
It's the 16th at 9 o'clock.
Son of a gun, thank you very much.
so they also will get emails, so they just had one recently asking about durable medical equipment, so they just forwarded it to me.
Yep.
Right, so they're really good about keeping communication open, but they're
Oh,
a
they-
great group to work with.
They communicate, they do,
A lot of them, yes, they
They
do.
can, so they talk back and forth amongst each other?
But a lot of them come to our events, so they know who we
Yeah.
are and what we
Yeah.
do. And they understand what we need in terms of fundraising.
And what the fundraising is for.
What it's going
not
to.
just esoteric.
Right. So it's great. Thank you.
Yeah, oh, it's wonderful, I was impressed with it.
Thank you so much for being the liaison.
You're welcome, Mr. Jesperson. What's a French word, how could I say?
And now, if there's nothing else on that, on to the director's report.
Okay, so we've been kind of busy. We got a lot of things coming up. Just to confirm, the vehicle policy was approved by this group. I did have it signed by the town administrator, so that is now in effect. I will have this animal policy, once I make those amendments, signed by the town administrator, so then that will be in effect. Our ham and bean supper at the Byfield Fire Station was a huge success. We had about 50 people attend. That was a collaboration with Byfield Fire Protection 1 and the Newbury Fire Department. They paid for that meal. The only thing we did was we paid for Gilbert's ice cream truck to come for dessert, which was a big hit.
Huge hit.
We will definitely have him back again. Pickleball has started, that's going well. For our traveling chef in June, which was last week, we did a Jaws theme because the movie Jaws turned 50
That's
this year.
right, yeah.
Yep, it was
So
fun.
we showed the movie, we had some fun little things going. We did shark fins in the birthday cupcakes, we had shark table centerpieces, it was fun. So Kathy and I talked about doing more sort of themed things for Traveling Chef.
Well,
because
that
it
was
really
nice, because
well.
what anniversary was it of the movie?
50th.
The 50th, so, you know, older people, maybe not they watched, but I watched. I remember seeing it. pregnant, and I thought,
Scary.
yeah.
You
We saw it on the
scary.
cake, and the whole 5-10 minutes of the movie with all the things that happened, I don't know, all you could hear was that music and anticipation.
Well, it was a really well-received event, so we'll plan on doing that again.
That was good.
Um,
You reached out to them as something that
Yeah,
kept on,
something-
and that's what I liked about it.
Good. So we try to dive into stuff like that.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Make it fun.
Well, yeah, well, the last one passed, but it's something they can connect to. you
Yeah.
know?
Game night this month is actually tomorrow, July 1st at 4 o'clock. Our traveling chef for July is next Monday, July 7th. We will be having a gelato truck for dessert at the traveling chef.
That'll be awesome.
So that will be cool. Our hearing clinic is on Monday, July 14th. People need to call to register for that. And our Medi-Pedi is Wednesday, July 30th, also call to register for that. The August-September newsletter is going to go to the printer in the middle of July. So we have our regular things, our traveling chef. For the, let me see, after the September traveling chef, which is Thursday, September 4th, we are having a presentation about Sacco and Vanzetti. So we did a gentleman, we had a gentleman come here, his name is Chris Daly. He did a presentation about the Lincoln assassination.
That was awesome.
So he was really great. He's a retired history teacher, high school history teacher. He got so into that and gave us all these different facts, and he did this great
He was
presentation.
wonderful.
He was awesome.
He was really interesting.
He's moving to Florida. So, he's doing it, I know, but he's doing these presentations virtually. So we're gonna try it and see how it goes, see if it still translates.
So this is after the travel?
After the traveling chef in September, so September 4th, we'll probably start, I think, at 1 o'clock, I think, or 1:30.
That was awesome, because a lot of
so-
people stayed,
They did
and
stay.
it was fascinating. He wasn't boring.
No, he wasn't, he's very
He
animated.
wasn't. Very,
And he's
yeah.
very good about answering questions, he doesn't just give a presentation, it's very interactive,
He's a
so.
retired teacher, so he's used to, oh my God,
The back and
these
forth,
kids.
yeah. But we'll see how it goes. He'll be up on the big screen, but
Okay.
I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Sometimes that gets lost in translation,
Yeah,
not
he
being
gets,
in person, you
Yeah.
know, so we'll see.
So
So,
it's interesting.
yeah, so it's a good, yeah, Kathy was all excited about Sacco and Vanzetti, so.
well, there's a lot of things, Taco and Vanzetti, and I remember reading a book, I forget who wrote it, about the Great Molasses Flood. And
I think that's another one he might
It
have.
was fascinating, I
Yeah.
wanted to know about it.
Yeah, well, which we try to do, I mean, obviously Lincoln was Lincoln, but and we did it around President's Day, but we're trying to find other things that are sort of local lore that he had something about, like ghost stories of New England and different things. So we'll see how this one goes, and if it goes well, we'll have him again.
I think the Sacco and Vanzetti case was probably decided in the same courtroom as Karen Reed.
It was.
My husband
It was on the
talking-
same courtroom
Same
as
court
Karen Reed.
Same court.
Karen Reed, really?
Right.
Well, it did not turn so well for them.
Well,
But turned okay for her?
I guess so.
it didn't turn out well for them, but they were railroaded.
Oh, yeah, they were.
So
Was
we're
the
gonna
same
hear-
thing,
we're
Great
gonna hear
Molasses
about
Flood.
I
I
don't
think
know.
the problem is something
Is this,
after they worked.
After they did it.
Could have been. My husband always talks about.
Maybe
it's
it's
legal
Robbery
stuff.
and a murder.
Yeah.
And they're telling immigrants and they were anarchists and they
Yeah.
got railroaded.
But that's all,
Yeah, they got the death
the same thing happened with the Great Molasses Flood. The company claimed to,
People remember that stuff because it's so significant if you can't walk because of the molasses and they.
well, you could, my mother said she remembered he'd be not living in the North End at the time, but she could still smell it. The smell was, it was, and then the one, no, that was the book, Chris Cernick did it.
I'll ask him about the molasses flood, but I think that was another one he did. Hearing clinics are coming up in August and September. Those dates will be in the newsletter. We are doing a dinner in August instead of a game night, and we're having the food truck from the Rusty Can. So that will be on
Excellent.
Tuesday, August 19th at 4 p.m. Registration will be required for that. Our tech class with Kevin is Thursday, August 24th. He will be talking about exploring outdoor photography. So he focuses on the iPhone and the iPad, but he's a great instructor. People love him, and he's funny, and he makes it fun. Our Medi-Pedi is Wednesday, August 27th, and then Wednesday, September 24th. Last year, we did, obviously in October Medi-Pedi, we skipped November because it was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and then December was too close to holidays, so we did like a first week of December thing. So Kathy's going to speak to the nurse who does that for us and try and coordinate the rest of the year's clinics. We're doing a Social Security and Medicare program that is co-sponsored with the library. That will be on Tuesday, September 9th at 6 p.m. at the library. Time to Clay, our craft class, will be here on Wednesday, September 10th to do a Halloween themed, usually we paint some kind of a pottery. It's fun. We're doing a needle felting class. We're making needle felted pumpkins on Wednesday, September 24th. I'd actually gone to a needle felting.
What's needle felting?
So you get
Why
this.
don't you get your demonstration, please?
I'll be right back. I should have thought of that.
Sample.
Yeah.
She took the class already, so that she could see if it was something that
They
I would want to do.
Okay. So I
Do
made
you want to hold it
this.
up for the camera?
I'll pass it around.
Oh,
So
perfect.
it's, well, I don't know.
Well,
It looks like a
part of it.
weird duck, but anyways,
Oh.
everyone made something different. It was my attempt at a bird. So you really get this piece of wool, and then you take this needle and you stab it into like a ball, and then you have to make the head and the wing. It's fun. You don't think you're gonna walk away with something that looks even remotely close to that. But we are making, it's not a bird you see in the wild here. Maybe somewhere tropical, but we are going to do pumpkins in September. So I launched this class at the library. I spoke with Catherine, who runs all the programs over there, and I said, you know, Kathy and I talked to her and said, would you be okay with us doing this year? So she does classes with her in the evening. Ours will be in the afternoon. So we're not stepping on the library's toes by any means. Thank you. So that will be in September. We have a new watercolor instructor starting. So our watercolor instructor, Bill Duke, he had a medical issue. He's on a leave right now. When he's ready to come back, we'll have him come back. But we are working with a new instructor. That space will be very limited. I think she can take 6 or 8 students tops. But it will be watercolor medium. And all that, the details for that will be in the next newsletter. We are working on scheduling a barbecue at the Byfield Fire Station to have dinner with them again, where they will cook hot dogs and hamburgers. That will be in September. I'm just working with the chief to coordinate a date so he can talk to Fire Protection 1 about coordinating that there. Other upcoming events for October and November, we'll have our tech class with Kevin. Again, we're doing him every other month. We're not doing him every month. We're doing a soup master class where someone is coming to show us how to make different types of broths. If this goes well, they have
Sounds
other,
interesting.
they have other classes like that. So everyone will get samples of what they make, and then you get recipes. Our Know Your Community Fair will be Tuesday, October 21st. I believe that's from 1 to 4 p.m. That is when we are doing our flu clinic. The flu clinic will be from 2 to 4 p.m. This year it's going to be different. Instead of just the public health nurse, we are doing this in collaboration with Conley's Pharmacy. So people will be able to get a flu shot, both high dose or regular will be available. Pneumonia, shingles, RSV, tetanus, COVID, there's all kinds of different things that they're offering.
Wow.
When is that?
That is Tuesday, October 21st from 2 to 4.
Where's Conley?
Conley's is in Ipswich. So he does a lot of different COAs in the area, their flu clinics. So when we've done it with public health, they've just ordered the flu shot. This is just a great way to offer a bunch of other things.
Oh, I think that's a great idea.
So they do prefer pre-registration. People do need to bring their insurance card with them, but walk-ins will be welcome. We're going to do a Halloween game night in October. Delvina Theater will be putting on a presentation of Jack the Ripper.
Whoa, that sounds good.
Yeah. We'll have a veterans luncheon in November. That is generally with the Rusty Can. And then our Thanksgiving luncheon will be in November. So we all have different vacations coming up. They're all staggered. There will always be 2 of us here on any given day. But just have patience if there's only two of us here. Having that one less person does make a difference. Upcoming holidays we have off is just Monday, September 1st, which is Labor Day. The office will be closed. The van is going in for service on July 9th. We have a light on the dashboard about a coolant temp, and then occasionally the driver's side door is having trouble closing, so there's something with the latch, so we're having both of those issues looked at. We did have an issue where it looked like someone almost backed into the van. There was no damage other than to the wrapping, so I had to have that repaired. And we also put a new watch your step, caution watch your step sticker on the stair. So all of that looks like new.
Do we know if the coolant and the latch are under warranty or service?
So
Or-
what she told me, the woman that I dealt with at the warranty company, was she said that should be under the Dodge warranty. But she said, if not, don't do it, because I said to her, I need to get this fixed, so can I just have it fixed and pay it on my credit card and submit the bill to you? And she said, no. If it's not under warranty, I need to, like, she needs pictures, she needs all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping, because this is like a 2-year-old vehicle, it's under the initial warranty. And they'll just say to me, oh, this is under the warranty and we're gonna go and fix it.
Yeah, that would be great.
Either way, if for some reason it's not covered, I have to get it done. I have to pay for it out of my expense. If they tell me it's some random thing that's not covered, but I feel like both of these issues will be covered.
It seems like they should be, I didn't read the service contract, so I don't know.
Okay. I did ask the town administrator to reach out to RJ Kelly that owns this property to see if I could put a Quonset hut to store the van and, keep it protected from weather. Hopefully also from people backing into it.
Is this metal?
So no, it would be like, have you ever seen those? They're like a tarp almost.
Like a
but-
tarp.
Yeah, but they have to be
Portable
bolted,
garage.
yeah, like portable garage, but it has to be bolted into ground. The one that I found to fit our vehicle is rather large.
Yes.
I don't know if they will let us do
Permitted.
this.
They
So-
got some really nice covers that go on top of containers, the 8-foot by 8-foot by 20 or 40-foot containers. Now we get the container, we get the cover, get the protection, start to look into it. And
Oh,
I'm
it's
pretty sure,
container
I'm
and-
pretty sure Brandon would go along with it because it's all he does is containers. So,
And something.
Well, she reached out and the person said, where would you want to put it? So I felt that was a positive step, which is right over where the van
Yeah.
is anyways. I just want to, but they also store their snow equipment there, so I don't know what he's.
This-
Oh, yeah.
The ones attached to containers, does it go between two containers or?
they separate two containers by, say, 20 feet. And then the bridge goes over that, and you make the garage, and they're very reasonable.
Yeah. If you have a link, would you send that to both of us? please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So what would be reasonable?
Well, depends whether you want the tent, or whether you want an actual,
Hardtop.
wooden one or steel one. But all depends on, I'll get all three prices.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I had a brain cramp.
That's okay. So we'll at least get our ducks in a row in case we get an okay. I'm not,
Yeah, and they go up quick.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm trying to be optimistic, but I don't know if we'll be able to, if he'll allow us to do it, so.
Because we have storage containers ourselves, and I think we're storing one down here to the fire department. So we use them for the records, because we lost our record storage when we lost.
Space, yes.
Right. So we have containers. I'm sure I'll work on that for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then just lastly, obviously our Shine Counselor is available year-round. Open enrollment will be coming in October, mid-October to early December. That's when people can make changes, but he's available to speak anytime. If people are turning 65 or they just have questions, they just need to call here, and then I email him, and he'll call you to talk to you, or set up an appointment to come here. And then we're also always in need of NEAT volunteers. So if people are looking for a volunteer opportunity, driving for the NEAT program helps get numerous seniors to necessary medical equipments. And it's been a lifesaver for a lot of people. That's
sounds like a lot to me. Thank you very much.
It was, yeah.
I say this, COA, so many of those, really is.
Well, I just think when we got involved, everything is so different. And it just,
Lost.
oh, hugely, and it started over in the, New Elementary, and that's where it started for us.
Everything emanates from the top, you know, I say that all the time.
It's a team effort.
It is a team effort because it just can't be one person.
No, we work well together, so.
Is there any new business that anyone would like to discuss or get on the agenda for next time? Hearing none, I'd like to establish our next meeting date. Which I think would normally be the 11th, do we do the second Monday?
Was it the second to third? Usually.
Well, I potentially am in an all-day meeting on the third Monday, so.
Also, it's the second. So what is it?
So, August, no, hold on, July.
July?
So,
I jumped one.
right, but we're meeting now, which is
Almost.
almost.
It's
July.
almost July,
Do you
correct?
want to skip July
I'm just gonna
and
straight
go
to
right to
August.
August?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh, okay.
All right,
There's
so
nothing
let's-
pressing as far as I.
It's vacations and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Then they, yeah, true.
So, does August 11th work for everyone who is present?
That was, yeah,
Okay,
yes.
so I'd entertain a motion to set the meeting for August 11th.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And now I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you guys.